Hi, I'm going to show you how we reupholstered our Salon settee or dinette or whatever you want to call it. It was originally either vinyl or what they would call ultra leather, and when you touched it, it would just disintegrate. And I'll insert a picture, and you'll notice on the actual picture, it was actually cream colored duct tape holding it together. So obviously, unless you have the exact same boat as us, your couch or whatever you want to call it is going to be different. So you have to figure out how yours comes apart. We happen to be part of all different kinds of groups that are for cruisers' yachts, but there's other groups out there for Sea Rays or for, you know, Maxims or whatever it is you have. So ours comes apart with this side panel, and it just, here, I'll take this off. This just pops off, and this is what they call a Christmas tree fastener. I mean, yours could be screwed in, I don't know. And then this is marine plywood. We ended up, some of these were broken, and we just bought, like, measured and bought these from Amazon. It just pops in here. So all these pieces, it's just separate pieces. Like this is separate from this, and those two pieces there are separate from each other. So we took it all off and took it into the house and just ripped off the fabric. I'm going to insert photos on how I actually did this, because this had foam inside a pocket, and to be honest with you, I don't sew, and I have never upholstered anything in my life. And when my quote was $3,000 to have this couch redone, I thought, you know what, I think I'll tackle it myself. So this is the fabric I bought, and I bought it from Facebook Marketplace. Somebody had a massive big bolt of it. It's a heavyweight upholstery fabric, and it's even lined with like felt. Although it was a little bit more difficult to work with because it has absolutely no stretch. You might want to find fabric that has a bit more stretch. It maybe would be a little bit easier, but this was $5 a yard. So the total cost was about $65 to redo this couch in materials. And like I said, I don't sew, and the cushions at the bottom, you can see here that they're very nicely sewed. So what I did was, and I'll insert pictures for this because we're doing these videos 2 years after the fact, because we decided, you know, there's no real good videos on redoing power boats. So anyways, you know, they're just, your boat, you'd know they're just stapled. So I took the skins off, I took the fabric, and I took it to a seamstress and said, copy these for me, and she did, and she charged me $200. So that was that. And it's just stapled underneath. This is the staple gun I bought, which is, I guess, pneumatic. You have to have an air compressor. But marine plywood, I would suggest that you either get one of these or you get an electric staple gun, because marine plywood, and some people's it's not even plywood, it might be starboard, that plastic stuff, it's frickin' hard. And so this really like shoots it in there. And this was like $40 from Canadian Tire because we're in Canada, but I mean, you can maybe get one from Harbor Freight or whatever it is that you have, or even Facebook Marketplace if somebody has something. It's also stainless staples. The other thing was, when the lady that I had make the skins for the bottom here, she made me up this piping, because you get that in a it's like a cord, and then you wrap this around and then you sew it. Well, this is how it was done from the factory, so I just had her make me up piping, and then I put this on after I, you know, you just it's kind of self-explanatory. You have to try and make the edges as nice as possible and pull. I mean, because this fabric is quite, like, it really doesn't have a lot of stretch. My husband helped me. I mean, these I could do, but some of it was very, you know, these was difficult. This here, so I'm going to show you how this look is. So it was like a pocket of foam, but what I did was, and I'll show you in the pictures, this is just piping inside, stapled very tightly as I was doing it, and I will show you. So up above here, I stapled this end, and then I pulled the fabric over the foam that I had glued down. You know, it's like a spray can. I think it's by 3M, because this is all the original foam. I never changed anything. So I glued it down, and then I used batting, which I'll insert a picture, which is like a white, and went over it. And then I stapled the back, and then I pulled this cord, which is just a piping cord, the same stuff that this is, and put it as tight as I could, and then stapled it at the back, and then tucked it in and stapled it, and then went on to the next piece, and then made it, you know, over the foam, and then put another piece in. I mean, it looks fantastic. Everybody says it. Even the guy that is the upholsterer, and he did our canvas, they said, you know what, it looks pretty good. I mean, it's not perfect, but for less than $300, you know, you can spend that money on other things. The video really isn't maybe about how I did it, but how you can kind of, like, we say Mickey Mouse something to make it look good on a budget. Like, it's, you know, because boats are expensive, and we're trying to fix up a boat, like, on a budget. Because why would you spend $3,000 on a couch reupholstery when, you know, that money could be spent elsewhere, right? Because parts aren't cheap. So yeah, and the other thing I did was, this is a bit messy because this is the middle of February 2024, and we're in the winter, and it's like minus 40 degrees out. This is all the stuff here. I also did the end of the bed, and I will insert photos, right? And that matches now. And this fabric perfectly matches the other headboard fabric that I have, and well, you can see it over there, and it's in the short pictures, but that's pretty much it. So I'll insert photos, and you know, I think the thing is, what I'm trying to say is, you can tackle stuff on your own. I mean, I'd never done this before, and to be honest with you, the couch or salon seat, whatever you want to call it, was so crap, it didn't matter if I tried it myself and screwed it up, because I mean, I could do better than what it was. When you touched it, it literally would, like, it was just disintegrating, and it was messy, and there was no saving it. There was no painting it with vinyl paint. There was no helping it. And I thought, well, you know what? I'll get some fabric and I'll try it. And it worked out fantastic. So you can, you know, you could even do a lot of, this happens to be fabric, which I don't mind. I find it cozier. Most people do it in vinyl. Vinyl you can get anywhere. And it doesn't even really, I guess, have to be marine vinyl, because it's not in the UV, because it's down here and not getting with the sun. So you could get vinyl, it stretches better. I mean, then you can wipe it or whatever. So that's it. That's pretty much all I have to say. And I'll insert some pictures. And if you have any questions, just comment, and I'll, you know, try and answer them the best that I can. I mean, I'm not a professional. I'm just trying to, you know, make the boat look good on a budget.
How did you get the staples then?
Oh, the staples. Oh, that was a screwdriver under, and, you know, really trying to, and reefing. I mean, that was it. You know, self-explanatory. Oh, the other thing was, if your foam has been compressed, you can take a steamer. And where's my steamer? It's here. So this is just a cheap, I think I got it off Facebook Marketplace, $10. And you can take, you know, you put water in it and take and steam your foam, and your foam will re-puff up and like brand new. So I didn't change anything except for the fabric. So I spent money on the fabric and the lady doing the sewing, the staples. I bought this gun. This was about 40 bucks. And the piping that I purchased in the Christmas tree fasteners. That was it. Anyway, so that's the end of the story, and hopefully it was helpful. Till next time.